Good morning. My name is Patrycja Zadłużona, and I'm talking straight from our Guretruck office in Poland, Toruń. So today I'm going to present to you some of our latest news from call center and legal departments. So there will be a little bit about the fines, also also about the assistance in Switzerland. So please take a seat and listen a little bit about the work of our colleagues from the previously mentioned department. So I will show you my screen and please take a look. The first case is about unbelievably high fine in France. It is a fine imposed on transport company. In France, the company, the transport company is Spanish. Our lawyers have been dealing with an extremely difficult case for over a month. A record fine of almost 5 million euros has been imposed to the transport company. One of our clients, the client was horrified, but fortunately, he of course can count on our help from the very beginning. Serious violations were found in the transportation of goods. Such cases are extremely difficult and drag on for months. But what is important, our customers can count on the substantive support of Guretruck at every stage. The case is ongoing. We'll keep you posted on progress in the meantime. Just remember that Guretruck, that we are not afraid of difficult cases. So if you have some problems, please call us, call your call help desk. Even you can call help desk. We will help you. We will give you a contact to our managers. So you will be able to. You will simply receive the help that you actually need. So the next case is about a fine in Spain, in Barcelona, 9,304 euros in total for exceeding the driving time and for lack of rest. It was, as I said, in Barcelona on the 6th of May. Our Dutch client who needed help contacted us, and one of the truck carrying the animals, horses, was stopped for a routine inspection near Barcelona by the Mossos. During the inspection, the inspectors found more than a dozen violations related to driving time and lack of rest, resulting in a fine totaling 9,300 euros. We had to act quickly. Despite the lack of cooperation from the police, again, it is very common on Spanish roads. I think that we always have information that there was lack of cooperation from the police. So we managed to get the necessary information and pay the bail. So the company has an open path to legal defense. I'm sorry, 1 second. Arleta is not today. No. I'm sorry. We had to act quickly, and and we paid the bail, so the company has an open path to legal defense. It's very important to pay the bail because our legal department is able to start legal defense. So within 10 minutes, the payment was processed, and after a short time, the patrol returned the documents to the drivers and was able to complete the transport. What is important? No animals were harmed, so that's wonderful. And the payment was processed in 10 minutes. So this is how we act actually in a call center department. So our colleagues are incredible. Okay, the next case from Switzerland, 2070 Swiss crowns for bad technical conditions of the truck. The client's truck was stopped in Switzerland at the Kontrollstelle Esfeld. During the inspection, bad technical condition of the truck has been found, and the driver was unable to pay the fine himself. The company asked us to help, of course, and our assistance department arranged the payment within 15 minutes. So, after the payment, as soon as the necessary defects were corrected, the truck could drive away. And now we have some cases from legal department, from our legal department. The first case is from Castilla y León from January 2024, so that wasn't that long ago. And for alleged infraction consisting of lack of the driver's CPC, there was a fine of a sanction of 2,000 euros, 2,001 euro, of course, as this is very common in Spain. And we won the case, so that's wonderful. The next case, Andalusia, June 2022, a file won in public administration treasury procedure. A file with a sanction of 401 euro has also been won. The next case is from Murcia, in March 2023, for alleged infraction consisting of obstruction of inspection work of the authorities. A fine of a sanction of 4,000 euro has been won. The next cases. Andalusia, February 2023, for alleged infraction consisting of lack of the driver's CPC again. And there was the fine has been reduced from 2,001 euro to 601 euro. And I think the last case from today's presentation, I have Andalusia again, March 2023, for alleged infraction consisting of lack of daily rest. The sanction of a fine has been reduced from 400 to 100 euros. Okay, and also I prepared some news from transport, from the world of transport. So the first news is quite positive. Positive signals at European ports, the beginning of an economic rebound. European ports, the largest of which have reported slight declines in transshipment during the first quarter of 2024, are primarily experiencing lower turnover of fuels and energy raw materials. However, container volumes have shown an increase. Rotterdam, Europe's largest port, recorded a 1.4% growth in transshipment over the first 3 months of 2024. The port managed 110 million tons of cargo compared to 111 million tons in the previous year. The principal cause for the decrease in throughput was a reduction in the liquid bulk category, which represent nearly 50% of total transshipments. In this category, 52.6 million tons of products were handled, showing a 3.1% decline year on year. Notable decreases were observed in the crude oil segment, almost to 2%, and petroleum products, 3.4%. Lower fuel imports suggest that the economic slowdown persists. Nevertheless, it is important to highlight that LNG transshipments were 3.6 higher year on year, reaching 9 million tons. So there was also a 4.5% year-on-year decrease in dry bulk cargo, totaling 17 million tons. The significant drop in coal transshipment by 27% to 5.4 million tons largely contributed to this decline. Transshipment of agricultural products fell by 23%, while iron transshipment rose by 16%, linked to increased demand from Germany, where steel production is growing. So that's a good news from Germany. So we had impressive March. The port of Antwerp Seabridge handled 70 million tons of cargo in the first 3 months of the year, marking a 2.4% increase year on year. So that's also good news. So we have to take a look at good news, because everything is so difficult these times. So good news are very important and very needed right now. We also have Hamburg down, unfortunately. This is the third largest port in Europe. There was 27.4 million tons of cargo on the Elbe, a decrease of 3.3% compared to the previous year. Unfortunately, the decline in liquid cargoes, especially noticeable due to high reserve levels established during the early stages of the war in Ukraine. Then we have a little bit about American boom in this article. The German port also recorded an increase in the container volume in the first quarter of this year, with nearly 2 million TEU handled on the Elbe. This signals the stabilization of world trade. That's good news. However, he adds that quarterly data cover a short period of time and do not necessarily determine transshipment trends for the rest of the year. Analysis of container traffic in German ports shows that while trade with China dominates, there has been a notable increase in volume with the United States. Also, we have Spanish growth. Among other significant European ports, major Spanish ports have released their results. The port in Algeciras achieved a transshipment of 26.6 million tons in the first quarter of 2024, an increase of 3.3% over the previous year. So that's good news as well. So the next case is from Poland. The next info is from Poland, so quite interesting. A Turkish delegation against the background of the mobile diagnostic unit from the 13th to 15th May, a delegation from the Turkish Ministry of Transport visited Poland. The representatives of those went to the country to learn about new methods of controlling vehicles, especially in terms of technical conditions. The 3-day workshop included a number of theoretical lectures prepared by the Road Transport Inspectorate and Transport Technical Inquiry. The Turks also visited the Motor Transport Institute, getting acquainted with the local laboratories. The visit was culminating in roadside inspections carried out at the Brvinov, pointed at the A2 motorway. In the company of Turkish guests, the inspectors stopped 10 vehicles there, including 2 ADR load trucks and 1 Belarusian coach. Drivers accidentally participating in this show had to arm themselves with a lot of patience. On the example of the vehicles, the inspectors presented the operation of a whole range of devices. We're talking, among others, about the computers for the diagnostic of the AdBlue system, sensors that examine the exhaust emissions, software for verifying the working time of drivers, as well as the mobile diagnostic unit. The later is a portable module with the jerks and rollers, allowing you to diagnose the suspension system and brakes. Okay, never mind. I'll show you the pictures. That's interesting from my point of view, actually. And there is also information that 2 of the vehicles checked, lost their registration evidence, and received a driving ban. Oh, that's interesting. One of the trucks paid for this on the erection bar of the stabilizer, uneven braking force on the wheels of the same axle, no stop light, and no positional light. Yeah. And I think that this is the last case for today. German services look at drivers and trucks in the parking lot on the A72 motorway towards Chemnitz. Officers of the local police and customs officers carried out a financial inspection regarding unregistered work in road transport. The audits are focused on the TSL industry and commercial vehicles, especially used in the construction industry. A total of 74 vehicles were audited, and 107 people were interviewed about working conditions. In 8 cases, customs officers found evidence of possible irregularities that need further clarification. The irregularities concern the following areas: minimum wage, of course, false self-employment, false self-employment. This is quite interesting. Social security contributions, violations of rest periods, violations of the rules on craft professions. During the road scale inspections, 63 trucks were checked. Of these, 21 of them were subjected to a thorough technical inspection, which revealed faults in 5 vehicles. Analysis of tachograph records detected 9 speed breaches and 4 violations of prescribed driving and rest time. Okay, I think that's it for today. I think we will talk. I will talk about new tolls in Germany next week. So please follow us, and I would like to invite you right now on Monday. Yes, it will be on Monday at 12. So I would like to thank you right now for the attention, and see you soon.